Professor S.C. Mehrotra from Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar University. And sir has cleared set exam also. Sir has 7 pages of biodata. I try to brief is what sir has achieved. Sir has teaching experience. Sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Sir has 10 years experience for teaching PG students. And sir now as a working as a associate professor in the Department of Computer Science from 6th February 2020 till date. And sir has published more than 70 papers. And sir as guidance given to PhD students, already awarded 3 students, and working 5 students, and MPhil also awarded 5 students, working 1 student. And sir completed many resource refresher courses, and sir working as the working as the many projects. And sir has organized many conference refresher courses, and sir is also working as a member of Indian Unit of Pattern Recognition and Artificial Intelligence, and sir is the member of the electronics and telecommunication engineers, and also member of the International Association of Engineers from Hong Kong, member of Computer Science Teachers Association, member of International Association of Computer Science and Information Technology. Sir got many awards. First prize in the inter university state level research festival, Avishka 2029, organized by University of Solapur. And sir got award Vidya Bhushan Award 2010 by Indian Net Set Association, Amravati. And sir got patent system of through based communication India, an emergency vehicle transit and public alert system thereof India, and optimized deep convolution neural network based object detection for blind and visually inspired people India. Sir working as a reviewer and editor many journals, like reviewer of Springer, a journal of medical systems, reviewer of Elsevier, journal of Kingsword University, computer and information sciences, reviewer of Springer, journal and pattern recognition and artificial intelligence, reviewer to Springer, journal of medicine, machine learning and cybernetics, reviewer to Springer, journal of multimedia tools and applications, and sir published many books also. So I welcome again Dr. Pravin Yannawar sir on behalf of UGC Malaviya Mission, a teacher training centers from Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University. Thank you for this opportunity. These words are very new to me because of I am from sociology department. Sorry for if I not pronounce correctly. sorry to sir, and over to you, sir.
I hope I am loud and clear to everybody. Is my voice is coming properly to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good,
Yes,
good.
sir.
Very good. Very good morning to everybody. At the outset, I would like to thank um, the volunteer who has introduced me and has given a brief about the work that I do at my university and the kind of research work that I extended. So thank you very much, sir, for this lucid introduction. At the outset, I would like also thank the director of this um, UGC HRDC Center for giving me this opportunity to have a good interaction with you all, as well as the course coordinator for giving me this opportunity to interact with you all. My topic of today's interaction is, I hope you can see it on the screen. And this is very, very important as far as the work not this copyrights, but it is copyright, RIGST. Okay, so this too has same pronunciation, but the meaning is different. So we are interested into copyrights. Okay, so today we will be discussing everything related to copyrights and how this copyrights will help you in protecting your content in this world, in this digital world, where you are putting all your Mooc content here. I would like to have this interaction in two-sided way. So I would be very happy if you all can contribute into this particular discussion, right? So together we can have a wonderful interaction on the concepts related to this e-content development, as well as how e-content development can be protected further, right? So this particular part we will do. So my entire discussion will be divided into two segments. The first segment, in the first part, that is before break, what we will be doing is that we'll be discussing all about copyrights, and after post break session, we will discuss about how we can bring our own content under the copyright, and what are the mechanisms that are available to us, or what are the tools that are available to us to bring our content into the copyrighted mode, right? So that how you can ensure that whatever the content that you have created is being acknowledged properly and being utilized properly, right? So, or whether you are really allowing people to modify your content without your permission. It's like that. Okay, so I hope this particular study has a interest in your mind, and you must also be looking forward for the same into your academic work also as well. Okay, so let us try to bring up this particular discussion. Okay, to the next level. Okay, now can anybody tell me what are the major what do you understand by Mooc? Yes? Anybody?
Sir, it's an online course which is open for all and which can be accessed from anywhere, anytime. I think it's an online open course which is open for all, sir.
Okay. Anybody else? Can you, like, this
Sir,
Mooc is Mooc is an Mooc is an abbreviation. Actually, Mooc is an abbreviation. Can you just spell out what is actually M stands
Sir,
for?
it is
Massive open online
Open
course.
online course.
Very good. This is massive. Massive. Second is
Open
open.
online
Third
course.
is online. Online and course. Okay. Okay. So it is massive open online course. Right. And now when it is a course, when you say this online stands for the mode in which it is being taken up, right? Right. Just a minute. This online is nothing but what it is. This is a mode. Just a minute. I don't know what is happening. Just a minute. Is my screen is visible to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Just a minute. The pointer has created a problem. Okay. So this massive online. So this is actually the mode. Okay. This is mode. Okay. Now, when you look at the course, basically course is actually you define this particular course as either this can be a, certificate, huh? Certificate course, or you can go for diploma, you can go for UG, you can go for PG, whatever it is, right? Right. Course means you are trying to offer an opportunity to the student to learn something, right? Which you define as a course. Okay. This is one. Second is open. Open means what? It has to be freely accessible. Freely accessible. Huh? Okay. Now this freely accessible stands for anybody, anytime, and anywhere. So when it say anytime, it is self-paced. I hope these terms are very clear to you. And this massive stands for scale. Okay, massive stands for scale. So that means you are actually talking about a platform. You are actually talking about a platform where you can provide this kind of work. Okay, this kind of course. Now when you look at the course itself has some inherent part in it. What could be those part? What are the part of the course? What terms actually defines the course? Can anybody tell me?
It has a syllabus,
Okay, that means curricula.
curriculum.
Yeah, curricula. Second, what is important?
Evaluation,
Okay.
assessment,
Okay, teacher evaluation. Then next.
Students also.
Okay, since there is a teacher, so you can take a
Right.
student. Okay, okay. Next.
Method of teaching, maybe?
No, that is refers to the style of work. You can go for
Reflections?
contents. Okay.
Hmm.
You have a curricula, you have a content. Now curricula, content. So it is say you have a you just look at the triangle here now. You have a curricula here, you have a teacher here, and you have a contents here. Okay, so this is I think a golden triangle, you can say. Okay, and this triangle is helping actually the student. Okay, this triangle is helping a student. So you can take this, you can modify further this as this kind of way. Okay, there is a teacher, there is a student, and there is a Mooc. Okay, and this massive online open course will give you this kind of thing. So where this teacher virtually connected with this virtual student. Okay, now student is also virtually connecting over a platform. So this virtual mechanism is being provided through a platform. Okay. Now here, interesting issue is this content. Okay, which is most important aspect, right? Okay, so we'll look at content. Okay, now what kind of contents are being available? Can you tell me, just brief it out, because since this is the 4th day of this particular course, you must have come up with the variety of the contents, right? So that we can proceed further.
See, web resources are there, video content,
Okay,
audio
so
content.
we will say this is OER. One form of this is OER. Can anybody tell me what is OER?
Sir, open educational resources.
Yes, OER stands for Open Educational Resource. Okay, okay, Open Educational Resource. This can be for 1 mark question in your examination, right? Can be, huh? Not necessarily it will come, but it can be one. Okay, so OER is Open Educational Resource. Now, what is what are the terms, what are the points included into a resource now? If it is open, again, this open means free to anybody, right? E stands for the content which is specifically meant and designed for education purpose. Resources stand for the types of it. Okay, anybody can tell me the kind of resource now, if
Sir,
you
it can be textual form, it can
okay,
be audio, it can be
text,
visual,
audio, visual,
and audio
okay.
and visual, audio plus visual.
AV, right? You can go
AV.
for, say, will write here plus. Okay. Next, any other medium you can have. So this text can be like, you can go for a PPT, you can go for lecture notes, right? Anything. Okay, audio and video. So we use actually these contents, right? And this particular content is being utilized by whom? Is being utilized by user. Now, this particular user, there are 2 ways of users onto a digital platform. One is registered, right? And the rest is public access. So you have 2 kinds of users. One is a registered user, another is public access. You are making it open, right? Or you can making it, instead of public access, you are either providing to a registered user or making it as an open access. Okay, so these 2 things are there. Now, when it comes to a registered user, you know your target group. Say, for example, now at this moment of time, I am talking to 30 registered participants, right? So my content is restricted to right now 30 registered participants. But what has happened now, that the university HRD has made it streamed. This lecture is streamed onto YouTube. So what does it mean? That though my content is restricted to registered participant, but the moment it is being live streamed onto YouTube, it is being publicly accessible to anybody, right, around the world. So it is being available around the world. So it has become a public access now. Okay, so either I can provide my content to a registered user, or I can make it public access. Now, the content is playing a very important role here, because the content are usually created by the user. What is actually the parameters that are associated with the contents, you must understand. Contents can be of any form, right? So it can be a PPT form, it can be a research article, it can be a book form, right? It can be a lecture notes, right? Anything. Okay, so this. So the teacher, the creator, or you can say author, right? Author is actually putting time, putting efforts, right? In creating this kind of document, right? Creating this kind of document, and it is taking care that the document which is being prepared by the author is best in class, right? Best in class. By that I mean it has to be one, the appropriate. It has to be appropriate. It has a good reach to the student, and it is being well adapted by the student as far as the concept is concerned, right? So the time of preparing this, the author is being referring some content. Okay, so you refer some content, and you refer the content, and you try to draft it into this kind of uh, what you can say, resource type book. You can go for book chapter. You can again go for edited book. You can also go for authored book, and so many. So you can go up there, right? So you try to make that this will be an original piece of work. Okay, and by for that you put time, you put your effort, and you put the originality. Okay, so obviously, when it comes that you put this time, effort, and originality, you want that this has to be protected. Are you really interested into protecting this, right? Or making it available to the users? Are you really interested? You're interested in protecting your document, or you wanted to make it available to everybody?
Want to protect, sir.
You want to protect, right? Uh, you want to protect, but at the same time you want people to adopt it also, right? Okay, so but you don't want to modify that particular concept. Okay, getting me? So you want to protect it. Now when you are intended, your intent is to protect the original piece of work. This can be done in several ways. There are, first option is you can go for copyrights. Okay. Second, you can go for making patent. Okay. Third, you can go for designs, right? And fourth, you can go for trademarks, right? So these are four options you can have, right? Either you can go for you can go for protecting your original piece of work as a copyright. Second, you can go for patent, and third, you can go for uh, what you can say, design registration, and you can go for trademarks. Okay, so these three. Okay, so usually this copyrighted content, usually they are referred like C. Okay, trademarks refers to TM, right? All right, then you have got a designs, and then you have got a patents. Okay, so this is there. So this is particularly given to you can go for an instrument, okay, with a certain process. Okay, you can have it here, right? Okay, and this is particularly given for designs. Okay, so this is being done in India as well as in the entire world. You can also go for, right? So you need to define the scope, right? Whether you wanted this kind of thing within India or to all part of the world, that you can decide. Okay, so you wanted to go for copyrights. Okay, then if you really wanted to protect then it means you need to ask it, right? You need to ask a copyright, right? So for that you need to go for registration process, and you need to complete the work. Okay, so this first part, instead of going for this all four, we'll try to understand this particular section only. Which one? This copyright section we will try to understand, right? Because right now, this audience is completely mixed audience, right? And having participant across various disciplines. So, like say, there are participants from humanities, participants from science and technology, participants from commerce management, right? There are some participants from law or likewise, right? So across different disciplines, the participants are here. So we'll try to make it more simple, and we'll just work it out onto the this particular aspect of copyright only. Okay, so we'll go ahead in this. So there are two ways to register your document, two ways to protect your document. First is by applying to an agency, right? So you can go for a formal application. To whom you need to apply? To the agency you need to apply. Now for this, that is called Indian Patent Office, Indian Patent oblique Copyright Office, right? Right, and which has four offices, major offices in India. That is Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, and I think it is Chennai. Okay, so these are this based on the regions: North region, Western region, Eastern region, and South region. It is like that. Okay, so based on that, you can better get this, okay, information. Okay, second is, there is one more interesting issue that, okay, this requires certain time frame, okay? This requires a certain time frame. Okay, now second is using a mechanism called Creative Commons. Okay, one is by referring to an agency, and one is by Creative Commons licenses. Okay, so you need not to go anywhere, but still you can protect your document by using Creative Commons licenses. So this particular part, we will discuss into our first session, and this particular part we will go on to our second session, where without going to an agency, can we protect our, or can we bring our content into a copyrighted form or not? That we will discuss. Okay, so with this will actually I set up a background for today's discussion on to copyrights. I hope, do you have any questions here up to this particular point?
No, sir. No.
Okay, that's good. Okay, now let us look at the presentation now. Okay, now please try to understand. Please see that this presentation is being directly referred the way it is. This presentation is by Pratibha M. Singh. And I have taken this particular presentation from WIPO's website. So whatever is being presented here in this particular presentation, that I am just going to discuss with you all, right? So this is not my presentation. This is a presentation of Pratibha M. Singh. Okay, so I am acknowledging Pratibha Singh or Singh and Singh company for this particular presentation. The acknowledgement is also being given into the presentation, as well as I have given the source of this presentation so that you can also get it from the web. Okay, so this is one thing. So the content is being acknowledged to the authors. Okay. So now if you look at the structure of this presentation is covering three parts. One is what exactly copyright and how the copyright is in India. Then the case study, which this case study I am not going to discuss here today because it will take a long. So this case study I am not going to discuss. So this is not part of our discussion. This is not part of our discussion. So it is, we are not going with this discussion, but I will just briefing it out like how this is being done actually. Third is the infringement usually happens into the copyrights. How or what are the means of infringements in the copyright, and then we will end up this particular presentation by fourth part, that is remedies. Okay, so this, please try to understand, this is the source, right, from where the presentation is being taken, and this is the author of the presenters. Okay, so so this is important. Okay, now if you look at the copyright, what exactly the copyright is. So the copyright is the exclusive right given by the law to a certain term of years to an author or composers to print, publish, and sell copies of his original work. Okay. Now there is a definition of original work, right? So you can find it elsewhere, like what exactly the original work, right? So means it is not being adapted. It is not being adapted from any source. It defines the creative, it defines the way of the expression actually by an author, right? By an author, right? And this is an exclusive right. Now when we say this is an exclusive right, this exclusive right refers to the term. Okay, exclusive right refers to the term, like okay, how many like what kind of duration, right, or it is being valid for a certain period of years and likewise. Okay, so term given by this is exclusive right. Next important thing is here, this exclusive means this is going to be further, it is a negative right. Okay, this is again important. This is exclusive right, or this is again a negative right. Now, by negative right, I mean you are not allowing anyone else to come up with the same way of expression. Okay, so by that means it is a same way of expression means what? Literally the same. Okay, literally means without changing the words, right? Without changing the order of the occurrence of the word, right? Without even changing the pagination, without even changing the meaning of the statements, paragraph, and everything, right? So you are like given a negative right, right? So this is important, right? And why to this? Why to this is this is particularly for one reason, that you can monetize particularly, right? You can monetize from intellectual property. Okay, you can monetize, right, from an intellectual property, or you can commercialize from this intellectual property. So this is important, right? One more thing, right? Either you can like this will again help you in understanding one more thing, right? Either you or your assignee, right? Right, to print, publish, and sell the copies of its original work. Now, see what is happening here into the research domain. I would like to tell you one more thing right here, and this is very important. Now, whenever you come up with the research article, right? Right, whenever you are coming up with the research article, you usually find that you go with either you go with the journal or you go with the conference. Okay. Now, when you go with the conference, usually you go with the edited book. Okay. Edited book. Now, edited book has editors. Right. So as journal also has journal editors. Okay. Now, usually now this journal is operating into two mode. One is open access and one is subscription. Okay. Now, if you look at the book is also coming into two different modes, right? One is e-copy of a book and hardbound. Okay. So in both the cases, e-copy and hardbound, you are supposed to purchase. Okay. Purchase the book. Now, then by this purchase, what is going to happen? Royalty is being generated. Okay. And this royalty is being distributed amongst the author and the company. Right? It is something like that. Okay. You can go into better this way. Now, whenever we do this, right, it is expected that you need to provide a copyright. You need to provide a copyright. Okay. So when it is open access, please try to understand copyright of your article is being written towards author. It is written to whom? Written to author. Means if suppose your research work has a potential to get commercialized, right? And if suppose someone else has uh, commercialized by referring your kind of work, right? Then since you have this ownership of this particular document, so you can go ahead in that way. In case of subscription article, you please try to note that in this case, the copyright retained to the journal. Okay, your copyright is written to the journal. So you handed over your copyright to this. So it means that the ownership of the document is given to the journal, not to the author. If it is open access, you paid the fees of article processing charges. So the copyright written to the author. So this approach means in case this approach is becoming wider visibility, right? Because this particular document is openly available to everybody. Openly. So this means public access. Okay, this means public access. Now here, when it goes to a subscription, it has a limited scope. Okay, and this will not have any wider visibility. This is no wider visibility of your document. Okay, so that is why now public open access journals are becoming so popular. Okay, so this is so actually what you are in this case, you are compromising with your copyright. This is what I wanted to tell you. Now, in case of this book as well, your copyright is being handed over to the editors of the book as well as to the book publisher, right? So the copyright is being handed over. So you try to understand this particular chain very carefully. Okay, so here this has given you a negative right. Okay, Now, so as for example, Oxford English Dictionary, right? So they can print, they can publish, and they can sell the copy of their original work. So the Oxford Dictionary has, has prepared this encyclopedia of the words, right? And has a certain standard, right? And everybody say, if I am coming with my own way of dictionary, I need to match it with the Oxford Dictionary, because that has made up a standard. So the people are trying to compare the standards. Okay, so this is important. So you need to have an exclusive right given by the law to certain term of years to an author or a composer to publish, print, and sell copies of his original work. This is particularly for monetizing from the intellectual property that author has. Okay, and this exclusive right refers to for a period of term, right, or duration, and it is exclusively a negative right, which is restricting others to prepare the same kind of thing, right? So does not mean that if suppose 1 plus 1 is 2, and you cannot prepare 2 by any other means, right? It is not the case. You can prepare 2 by any other means also. Okay. See, if it is 1 plus 1 is 2, so 0 plus 2 is also 2. Means only by not putting just an addition of two numbers, right? You are preparing 2. Or if it is three numbers, then you can have formation of 3 as 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3 or 2 plus 1, or 1 plus 2, or likewise. So you can make any combination of this, right? So the term, whenever you are trying to prepare this copyright, you need to understand that it should be completely innovative method. Okay. Now, by this, this will also allow to have a fair play, right? Which states that you should get rewarded for a creative efforts which you have made. Right. So that is whosoever has come up with an creative way, he must be rewarded. Right. So you can get an exclusive right limited for a particular period of time. So which you called it as a negative right, and which will prevent your document or your content from copying or reproduction. Okay. Copy or reproduction means modification. So please note that here plagiarism is also playing an important role, right? So somewhere down the line, you need to think that particular aspect as well. Okay, so okay, plagiarism you need to again uh, keep into mind. Okay, so this is there. Then copyright is necessary because it encourages the dissemination of the copyrighted work in the interest of the public. So you can make it this. Okay, so and it also protects your document from being copying and reproduction. Okay, reproducing it. Okay, so this is also very important. Okay, now this lets you know like why you are going with the copyrights. Now there are certain places where actually it is being originated, right? So if you look at here, in case of England and Wales, the copyright started in the England and Wales in 1709 for with the Statue of Anne. It started, right, and then from England it will span across the world. Then if you look at US, the first act started in 1790, right? After almost 81 years, it got started in US. Okay, but it did not protect foreign authors. Then where some indigenous and African literature have been suffered, right? But today, the Copyright Act 1976 is being implied across the world, uh, uh, across the world. So for and these the nations are being different nations are being adopting the same Copyright Act of 1976. So this is under a treaty, right? This is under a treaty. Okay, that is under a treaty. The nation came, all world come together, and has allowed authors to not only file a copyright within his country, but as well as across the world, right? So all offices of different nations have brought under one particular umbrella of this Copyright Act 1976. So this allows foreign authors to get a copyright in India, as well as our Indian nationals are also allowed to get a copyright across any of the country in the world. Okay, those are the part of the treaty. Now, what exactly it is in the perspective of the of India? So we have this 1976, but prior to that, we have an act in India Act in 1957. Okay, so the first act is in India is in 1914, and followed by the Copyright Act 1957. In 1957, the act adopted many English provision and introduced new ideas and concepts, right? In 1957 act. Okay, so the main features include it is valid from 1958, January 1958. It is created a copyrighted office and a copyright board. So in India we have a board, copyright board, and the office where the copyrights are being filed. So we have got offices also, and the board to monitor the entire process, governing board rather, entire process of the copyrights. Later this office and the board has introduced civil and criminal remedies against the infringement, right? Infringement is like a violation of the copyright. What if the violations are being observed, right? So you need to protect the interest of the author, as well as you need to provide the several lawful punishment to the person who has infringed the particular copyright. Okay, so what are those civil and criminal remedies against those infringement, observed infringements? Okay, so that are also being identified. Okay, if you look at the features, then it is giving you important feature is like performing rights to the societies, for instance, like music royalties, right? So this is also being provided to the performing rights, like where some uh, what you can music performers have prepared the music, right, which we called it as there is a beautiful word, I'm not recollecting it right now, but there's solo performance likewise, which person itself prepares the music, compose the music, writes it, and performs it. It's like so in that case, no other contribution is being added to it. So in that case, so such performing right to the societies have to be provided. Then the board and the office has also provided a definition of the different copyrights in which the things are being included. So this is called as classification. Important is classification. So every document, if every copyright which you add has a classification number, right? So this is classification. Now you can if there is a participant from library and information science, he knows the significance of the classification, what exactly classification stands out here. So you need to have a distinct definition of the categories. At the same time, you can have a national copyright, or you can go for international copyright. So international copyrights, as well as you can put. Then the board has, or office has come up with the definition of the infringement. Means what type of malpractices are being considered to be the infringement into the copyrights. So that has to be defined. Okay, so the infringement is also being defined by the office. So this is the main feature, right? Then it has been amendment. This Copyright Act is being amended, has made certain amendment in 1983 as well as 1984. So this is being being adding the certain what modifications into the previous act. Okay, so this is Berne and Universal Copyright Conventions, right, where the grant of compulsory licenses by developing countries publication to by a deceased author, means the author which is no more right now, right, non-living, right, but still wanted to have the copyrights, holding those copyrights, right? What can be done in that particular cases, right? Such kind of amendments have been being made, right? So 1984 Act, like, it was discouraging and preventing widespread video piracy, right? Added amendments related to the video piracy and all that. Then further it is being amended into 1992, right? So which defines the power to the board, copyright board. It has introduced the special rights for performers, assignment and licenses to the licenses of the copyrights. Means like, okay, I own a copyright and I provide a license to a certain agency on to the commission, what you can say, commercialization of that particular copyright for that sense, right? So providing licenses of a copyright and rights to the copyright owners. Okay, so the, as I said, it is being, copyright is being provided for some term. So what is that term? The most of the words it is being offered for 60 years. For broadcast and reproduction, you can do it after 25 years. Okay, so it can be broadcasted, or you can go for reproducing that particular content after 25 years freely. So this is really very important. Those who are interested to enter into this copyright segment, all right, so from 0 to 25 and from 25 to 60, this term you need to understand. And this is the term where you need to actually commercialize your copyright. Okay, so this is important. Okay, now the nature of the copyrights, what it includes, and about its fixation, about the labors, about the skills, and about the capitals. That is the nature of the copyright. If you look at this, nature of copyright is, it is a statute based. No registration is necessary. Any person can straight away directly go for applying it. Copyright is an intellectual property, so it combines different rights related to the literary work, right from producing the hardback or paperback editions to the translation adaptation in all means, right? So this is important. So you can go ahead with this, right? There are the skills here, right? That it is not it is not just a mere product, right? But it is a product of the labor, the skill, and the capital. Means the person are also involved, the skill is also being taken up, and the funds are also involved, either from one particular man or from an entity which must not be appropriated by another. right? So means one is putting, it means that has to be being benefited. So this is important. So the labor, skill, and the capital, these terms refers to the man hours required into the design, the skill of that particular man hours, labors, and the capital, right, which is required for it. Okay, so it's all about an idea. It's like uh, copyright in the form, or copyright in the form or in the expression. It's not an idea. So there is nothing in the notion of the copyright to prevent a second person from producing an identical research. So as I said, it's like you need to cover what exactly you wanted to convey, right? You cannot restrict people to come up with the same kind of research, right? You cannot restrict, right? So as I said that how do you produce a particular number? So there are several ways to produce a number. So you produce a number by adopting one particular way. It does not mean that by another way you cannot produce the same number. So you can produce this a number by one particular method that you can copyright, right? But you cannot all the way restrict other people to come up with the production of the same number. So if suppose there are people, there are two person producing the same numbers, the person A is with the A method, B with the B method, so they both will go for copywriting of their own methods, right? So it is the same. So this you need to understand, right? So copyright only in material form, that is a principle of the fixation. Okay, so you need to understand. So what copyright product is? Original literary work, dramatic composition, musical composition, any artistic works, cinematographs, sound recordings. Furthermore, it also include novels, poems, short stories, books on any subject, computer programs, then the tables, then computer databases, then songs or lyrics. If you look at the computer software, it includes programs and manuals. It includes punch card, it includes magnetic tapes, disk printouts, computer programs. Then if this is the case, then things are being done here, right? Now if you look at this copyright in terms of moocs, then you need to certainly look at this particular segment. Your video lectures, right? Your animations, right? Your gamified quizzes, right? Which is stating an approach of evaluation, approach of learning and evaluation of learning, right? So this is gamified quizzes comes from a mechanism of artistics works. Okay, so this gamified, then you can go for animation and likewise. Okay, so this is important. Okay, so this particular topic is being taken into that particular interest. Okay, then what are the different kind of infringement of copyrights, right? Right. That means when the copyright becomes wrong. Okay, so that you need to understand. So by the Act of 1957 and Section 51, infringement is exercising a right of copyright owner, right? That here infringement protects the owner, right? Okay, so owner for owner, that's his or her document or other document, right? is being protected, lawfully protected. So which is not allowing others for making, distributing, reproducing, distributing, or exhibiting and importing the copies of the work without the consent. This is important, without the consent, right? Or without making any lawful citation, or without making any means of acknowledgement, right? Likewise. Okay, so this is important. The factor of determining the infringement are: first is copying. Okay, please look at the plagiarism here. There are several ways of plagiarism here, that is called paraphrasing, and likewise there are different means involved here. So copying a content, right, that is using with a very casual connection, subconscious copying, direct copying, indirect copying, means uh, thoughtfully rearranging a word having the same meaning as that of original one, right? Okay, so that is indirect copying, right? Now substantial taking means unaltered copying, right? Uh, you have not modified, or the person has not modified, taken the content in the same way, right? Extent of defendant alteration, uh, character plaintiffs and defendants of the work, nature and extent of the plaintiff efforts, right? Likewise. Okay, so these are the factors, those are determining the infringement happened into the document or not, or content or not. Now if you look at here, uh, as far as idea is concerned, there is no movement as well as expression of an idea by the author, right? So this is important. Okay, so where the same idea is being developed in a different manner, the similarities happen, right? A court to rule on whether similarities are merely substantial or fundamental, that one has to determine. So who is going to determine this? These are determined. Please try to understand here one most important thing, that though this is going to happen, right? One idea leads other people to think. One idea leads other people to think on the particular idea in a different context, right? So if this is producing a solution, right, by adopting this idea, the people are also getting a solution. Okay, so this is going to happen. Okay, but the important thing is, like, if it comes to a court, right, then court will look at which idea has come first, right? So which is being registered first, or which has come first, right, on the scale, on the timeline, right? On this is, if this is the timeline, right? So for example, this A has come up at this particular timeline, right, and B have come up at this particular timeline, right? So here the priority goes to this A, right? So please try to understand. So this is called as priority date. Okay, this is called as priority date. So this is very important. So protecting it early, always helpful. Okay. Now, then third point is look at the safest test, right? Which means that does the reader or spectator or the viewer have the opinion or to get unshakable impression that the second work is a copy of the original. So that is called as a viewer test. Means here you are using your consensus to see whether it is copied or likewise. Okay, so this is called as Weaver test. Okay, then the same theme, different representation, completely new work, no infringement. Right? So this is no infringement in this particular case. Okay, so you need to see that. Okay. Sometime it happens that only incidental similarities are happen, then there is no copyright infringement. Right? Copyright infringement is equals to the piracy. It must clearly proven, where the piracy is clearly proven. As I already said, discussed with you, that when it comes to like you have a content with the same kind of representation, it will be infringement. So it is very difficult to prove the violation of the copyright of the stage play by a film producer, right? So Weaver test is applicable in this case, right? So in right, you have a stage play, and then you can build up a movie, right? In right, so it is like that. So the Weaver test is applicable here, right? Okay, then what are the remedies if this is the case where the infringement is being defined? Then what are the different remedies for the infringement, right? So means, by the law, what are the remedies available? Okay, so if you look at the remedies for copyright infringement, would be, you can have three remedies here: civil, criminal, and administrative. Okay, so if you look at civil remedies, which includes injunction, which includes damages, which includes accounts, which includes cost, right? So where these four attributes are being explored, right? Now, if you look at injunction, where only this is the only effective remedy. The court has identified the damages, right, to the plaintiff. If the injunction is not granted, then it has opposed to the damage to the defendant. If it is in that case, interlocutory injunctions is the preferred method for preventing the infringement. Sometimes ex parte injunctions can also be done. Okay, if you look at the criminal remedies, then whether it is a cognizable offense, you can determine that. If it is so, then there is an imprisonment up to 3 years, or you can go with fine up to rupees 2 lakh rupees in Indian context. Okay, now look at here. As per the Copyright Act 1957, Section 64, which empowers the police to seize the infringement copies as observed. Without any warrant, you can infringe. Police can go for raid, for the searching, or for seizuring, or for arrest without a warrant, which will again cost a fine of rupees 50,000 to 2 lakh rupees. You can, like, there is a provision of infringement for 6 months to 3 years, up to that. Okay, if suppose someone falls into this type of copyright infringement, right? And if the person is lawfully identified as a person who has infringed the document, all right, infringed the copyright, in such cases this is going to happen. Okay, now what are the pros and cons for the civil remedies? If you look at the civil remedies, the pros are judicial determination of the rights are included. Again, here the likelihood of the damages has to be avoided. Then it is less vulnerable to the challenge. Then commissioner seizures orders found more effective here. The costs are, like, since it is delayed, right? Because it has to go to the process of court of law. So the delays may happen. This is because of the trial, appeal, and other stages. Damages are not usually awarded here in case of civil remedies. So no severe punishment for violation of the rights are being observed into the civil part. Now, if you look at the criminal remedies, you have it is being very quick remedy here. Here, greater the opportunity to quickly counteract the violation. This is specifically uh, taken in case of chemical formulations, right? Particularly, you can see if it is process copyright by which certain medicines have been prepared. So this is important. Okay. So there is quick action is being taken. Chances of seizure of goods is low. Difficulty in coordinating with the police in these cases. Okay. So in the conclusion, what we can say is that you can straight away go for copyrights whenever it is required. But since this has to be registered to the patent office, this has a certain process of registering a copyright, registering a patent, right? The same process you need to adopt, right? So this is important. Okay. Now this particular topic is open for the discussions. If you have any questions related to this, please let me know. We will handle these questions one by one and go ahead. In the second part, we will directly go for understanding the common licenses, and we can see like how we can bring our document into common licenses, creative common licenses directly, so that we can utilize we can protect our document from being infringed or being what you can say being infringed. That is important. So that's how we can do that. If any questions, if you have, please let me know. Yes, I hope. Yeah.
सर
Yes, madam.
सर आपल्याला समजा कॉपीराइट जेव्हा आपण करतो एखादं डॉक्युमेंट तर त्याचं काही असं आहे का की बाबा नाही हे सर्टेन त्याची लेंथ अशी असायलाच पाहिजे, किंवा छोटी तुमची आयडिया असेल तर तुम्ही ते त्याला हे करू शकत नाही, कॉपीराइट करू शकत नाही, असं काही असतं का त्यामध्ये?
No, madam, it is not the case. Anything which is an original piece of work, you can bring it into a copyright. The only thing is that you need to decide whether it is original or not. Now, who is going to decide whether the work is original or not? The author has to decide the work is original. In some cases, it is always biased. It has been seen that always biased, right? Because author says that this is the only work which is being observed, right? So you need to incorporate intensive search onto the intensive search for what? Getting the similarity. Say, for example, if I ask a simple question to you. You are searching for some content over the Google.
Yeah.
Right. And if you are not getting the appropriate links to the Google, whether you will be happy or you will be sad.
We will be sad, basically.
Sad in that basically you will be sad because you are not getting a content to refer. Okay. So, but on the same ground, you need to take the opportunity that whatever you are looking forward, if it is not available onto the Google, it is a plus point. It is an opportunity that you can certainly go ahead with it because you don't have a similar content across, right?
Yes.
Most of the cases, the similar content across the platforms are available. If the similar content is available, then it is a mere extension of the work, right? If it is not available, means there is an opportunity to create the document in such a way that that the moment it gets published, it will be the first document into that particular area,
Okay.
right? So by that way, you can ask, you can go for, surely you can go for making it copyright, right?
Yeah.
So, and most important thing, please uh, don't take it like that it has a certain limitations over the number of pages of the content. No, it
Yes.
is not. It is
And
the only, it is only the documents which you require to support your copyrighted material or the thing which you wanted to copyright. You need to justify that it is an original piece of work.
sir, for example, there are the lot of material is available for find the greater number among 5 in technical term, right? And suppose I have another idea or I have another flowchart that is not available on the Google. That means it's an original, no?
It is an original, but someone has to certify that it is original.
So how we can certify
So
it?
you yourself will submit it to the authority. The
Yeah.
authority will cross-examine it, check the proof that you have submitted. They will cross-check whether such kind of literary material is already available and under the purview of the copyright. If it is not into that particular segment, then the agency will award you a copyright.
That means
Uh, you yourself cannot claim that it is a copyrighted material unless otherwise it is not made into that.
logic will be same, but little bit my direction will be different, no? That can be acceptable.
See, for example, let us take an example. Uh, how you can prepare a number.
Yeah.
How you can form a number. You can form a number by mere combination of the numbers.
Yeah.
Right, mere combination of the number. Any, say, if the moment I prepared my copyright of the material, right, say for example, I prepared a copyright on formation of a number. I covered the method of formation of the number. Right, then it means that nobody else can produce a number without taking the help of my method. Right?
Sure.
And there is no other alternative for making a number without this method. Right. So in such cases, the copyright is being owned. But mere rearrangement of a number will not give you a copyright. Right.
Right.
So please try to understand that the method should be original piece of work. And the moment when it is going for original piece of work, you need to define the originality of the work. Right, stating that such kind of literature is not available. See, if you are only claiming that such literature is not available, does not mean that the board or the office will accept. The office will also incorporate their own searches, their own processes over your submitted document, and if they found some kind of cross reference, cross reference to your content, they will go for providing those questions to you. You need to defend to those questions. On the contrary, you are defending your originality on the aspect, on the grounds of their questions. Right. So if they are satisfied with your answer, they will definitely allow you to go for awarding a copyright. Nowadays, computer programs are also getting copyrighted. A process is also getting copyrighted. So you must have come across with many copyrights to the processes.
Okay, sir.
Right. So you can find it out. There is absolutely no worries in doing it.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes. Any other questions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
In case of ChatGPT, today students as well as faculties, they heavily depend upon the data from the ChatGPT. So when we are using data from the ChatGPT, so does it not a kind of copyright violation, and how ChatGPT
you need
is authorized to?
You need to understand one term here, right? What is actually the copyright is original literary work. right? If you look at the type of the infringement, we have direct, indirect infringement, right? There are certain ways of doing it, right? I have given you a reference of plagiarism, paraphrasing, and all that. Okay. Now the important aspect is whether if you take such AI chatbots, AI tools for regenerating the same kind of content, right? But the meaning of that particular content is again coming the same, right? Which is already being provided by a person, right? So it is mere arrangement of the words which are not changing the meaning of the statement,
Yes, yes.
right? So do you really agree upon the violation of copyright? So it is no, right?
Yeah.
Because if you look at the total number of words into the dictionary are the same, right? Then how the meaning is going to change, right? The thing is that the meaning should not be changed, right? Mere arrangement of the words may change.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Anything else? Okay. So we'll take a 10 minutes break here, right? And we'll have session 2 after 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Should we start or still 2 minutes are left? 2-3 minutes are left.
2-3 मिनिटं थांबू सर आपण.
Shall we start?
We can
Yes,
start, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Welcome to the second session. I have presented a slide to you. And I want 5 minutes of warm-up from you all on this particular slide. I request your inputs on this. What exactly it is?
Sir, it means data means something to everyone. It
Something
is
to?
interpreted in different ways by different people.
Okay. Yes.
Data is individual perception, sir.
Data is individual perception. Okay.
Data is available to all.
Okay. Yes. Again, only 3 inputs.
Sir, whatever we come across in this world is data, it is information, it is trying to tell us something.
Okay, fine. What is elephant here?
Is data. Is
Elephant is data. Okay.
Data for the blind people, sir. If
Well,
they would have eyes, they should have identified that it is an elephant.
they should, but they are not interacting with
Yes.
one another. No, that is the problem. So this is
Yeah.
called
Elephant.
this. Yeah, this is this story is elephant
Is a fact.
and 7 blinds. Okay. Now there is like there's only 6 are in front. 1 is behind the elephant. Okay, the 7th one. Okay, seven blind. So this is actually what you're talking about. Perception. This is actually the data, right? And this is now since it is a elephant, you can take it as big data. You have a very big data with you. Okay. Now the reason behind adding it up here is like you are not the only one person who is creating the document, right? Onto this particular digital platform, there are many people, those are coming forward and preparing their own document. Till now, what we have discussed is all about the copyright in the context of Mooc, that is massive open online content, right? So whatever the content that you are generating, you are not the only person who is creating the content. There are many people creating the content. Having said that, they might work on the same data as that of your working, or they might have a different data, but landed on the same perception onto the data which you have, or the results you come forward, right? The only thing is that there is a scale of the data, right? You might have worked on to the very minimal amount of data. The other person has worked out on the maximal number of data, likewise. Okay, but you are not the only person who can. Okay, but since there is a competition and everybody is putting the content, it is our prime duty, prime and sole responsibility that we should come forward and protect our content in a very proper and feasible way. Okay, So one of the way we have discussed already, and that is by going to an agency and applying a copyright, right? Which will give you a term of 60 years, first 25 years, and then it is extension to 60 years, 20 years. So 20 years and then extension to 60 years. You can go ahead in that particular way. Then you need to go for renewal, renewal of your license, right? Because it is a negative right. You are being provided with a negative right now. So you need to renew your negative right. Okay. Right. This is one mechanism. The another mechanism is since you are going with agency, this is a time-killing process, right? If I know that the document is original, right? Because usually author consensus is always you see that you find that the whatever you produced, whatever you come up is original content. So if it is so, then you can directly use Creative Common licenses, right? So you can protect your content using Creative Common licenses. Okay, so this is Creative Common licenses. So this is free. Important is these licenses are free. There is no cost here. There is no cost required. Okay, there is no cost required here or no cost applied, right? So this is no cost. Okay, so neither for application nor for renewal. Okay. Second, this also stands in court of law, right? This also stands into the court of law. Okay, so the Creative Commons licenses are made for this, right? So you can acquire it, right? Now, this is available free of cost. This is free, no cost. It stands in court of law, right? Then you need to acquire it. Acquire. Now, to acquire this, there is entire process. Process is online. This is entire process is online. It is very easy and absolutely no time required. Okay, absolutely no time required as compared to the traditional way of getting a copyrighted material. Now here, the only thing is that ownership is author. Who is ownership is with the author. Okay, so author is claiming and author is getting. That's it. That is the only thing here, right? But this is just to bring the content into the licensing form. Okay, what exactly Creative Common is? Now, Creative Common licenses gives an opportunity to everyone to, that is from individual creators to the reusers, right? Both perspective, gives everyone the form from individual creators to large institution, a standard way of grant public permission to their document, their creative work under the copyright law. So it gives you opportunity to an individual creator as well as institution. The same thing happens with your patent oblique copyright, right? That in both the cases, an individual may apply or an entity can apply. Now, by entity, I mean institution. Okay, here institution can apply, right? Individual can, you can also go for, and institution can also go for, right? So this is important. Okay, the same thing is for Creative Commons as well. So individual creators to large institutions, a standard way to grant the public permissions. Okay, now please try to understand, as I said, there are two ways of doing. One is open access. Open access, or this is called public access, right? So this Creative Commons falls into this particular way of accessing, right? That you are making it a public access, right? Open access. So public permission to use the creative work under the copyright law. Now, from reuser's perspective, the presence of the Creative Commons licenses on the copyrighted work or work answers the questions. What can I do with this particular document? Now, if your document has this Creative Commons licenses, this gives a thought to the reuser that what can I do with this particular document, right? So then you are actually advising reusers that think before you are acting onto the document. Okay, so this is so there are 6 options available here under creative license option. This is called CC-BY. Okay, so CC stands for here. This first C is creative. Second C is common. Now BY is the licensing board, right? BY is the licensing. Okay, what this means? This means that under this Creative Commons licenses, you have to provide a credit to the creator. Now, if any document is containing this particular attributed information onto the first page, which indicates that this document is under the Copyright Act and you need to provide the credit to the creator. Without providing credits to the creator, you cannot distribute, you cannot remix, you cannot adapt, you cannot build upon the material in the document in any medium or in any format. If the attribution is given to the creator, you can do, right? Okay, so means distribute, remix, adapt, and build upon the material in any medium format, so long as attribution is given to the creator. So you provide the attribution to the creator and you go ahead, right? So you can distribute. So by that you can bring this particular document into CC-BY format. So at least you are being given a credit to the content. So this is important. Okay, this allows license for a commercial use as well. So CC-BY includes the BY term only, and BY stands for that the credit must be given to the creator. Okay, so this is first option. Second option is CC-BY SA. Now what does this mean? This means that CC-BY SA. So this means that this attribution you need to provide. Which one? CC-BY SA means if on your document, say for example, if this is the page of your document, and on this particular page here, this attribution comes. Which attribution? This attribution comes where CC what is written? BY, which means credit must be given to the creator. Second, SA. SA stands for share alike. Okay, so which means that you are allowed to distribute, remix, adapt, and build upon the material in any medium or the format, as long as the attribution is given to the creator and the license is allowing the commercial use. Okay, it allows for commercial use. You can remix, readapt, build upon the material, where you must license the modified material under the identical terms, the same term as the term given by the creator. You cannot add new terms here. Okay, so the moment you cannot add a new term here, it means that it is share alike. The way it is, in the same way it has to be. So SA stands for share alike. Okay, so the identical terms, the terms which are given by the creator, the same identical terms you are using, right? You can use it for the commercial purpose also. Means you can build any system out of the document which is being provided. You can exploit it for commercial uses of it, where the creator has no objection, where creator only seeks the credits, right? So this, okay. So here BY stands for credit must be given to a creator, and second, SA stands for adoption must be shared under the same term which is given by the creator. Okay, so this is share like. So your first is CCBY, then second is CCBY SA. Okay, now let us look at third. Third is where you are not allowing any commercial aspect, right? So that is called NC, means where the credit is given to the creator, but not commercial uses of the work is not permitted. Okay, right. So if suppose someone is creating a commercial work out of the work which you have prepared, right? So you can directly lodge a complaint against that particular misconduct, and you can take him into the court of the law, right? You can say you can sue him in the court of the law in that cases. Okay, so which allows a person to distribute, remix, adapt, and build upon the material in any medium or the format for non-commercial purposes. Here this NC stands for non-commercial. Non-commercial. So you cannot commercially exploit. Okay, NA, right? So BY, where the credit is given to the owner. So this is credit to the user. This is non-commercial. This is non-commercial. Okay, so this includes CC, BY, NC, which includes the elements into this BY and NC. Okay, this you need to understand. So first is CC. First, what we have done, first is CC, BY. Second is CC, BY, SA. Third, CC, BY, NC. Okay, now let us look at the fourth. Okay, so what is fourth now? Fourth is CC, BY, NC, SA. What does it mean? It means that credit is given to the creator, non-commercial, and on the same term as that of the creator. Okay, so means wherein you can distribute, remix, adapt, and build upon the same material or medium or format for non-commercial purposes only, and also and only so as long as the attribution is given to the creator. You if you remix, adapt, or rebuild upon the same material, you must license the modified material under the identical term because it is shared alike. Okay, and non-commercial purposes you can use. Okay, so BY stands for credit must be given to the creator, NC stands for non-commercial use, and SA stands for adoption must be under the same terms. Okay, now let us go for next. Next is BY and ND. Now here, ND means no derivatives or adoption of the works are permitted. Means this license enable reusers to copy and distribute. Initially it was distribute, remix, adapt, okay, or build upon. Now here those benefits are not being provided. Here it is only copy and distribute. You can make a copy of it and you can distribute. You cannot modify, you cannot rebuild, right? So you are not allowing reusers to derive this particular document or reproduce the document, reproduce in the terms of modification, modifying and reproducing it, okay, by any means. So copy, distribute the material in any medium or format in the unadapted form only, and only so as long as the attribution is given to the creator, right? And this allows for commercial use as well. So this ND stands for non-derivatives. ND stands for non-derivatives. This is non-derivatives. So try to understand this. So no derivatives means or adaptations of the work are permitted. You can adopt, right? You cannot modify whatever the copy that you have, the same copy you can distribute. You can copy and distribute the material in any of the medium or format in the unadapted form only, right? So the attribution is given to the creator and license is for commercial use. Okay, now you want to restrict the commercial use as well as you want it to be non-derived. Okay, so this is going to be CC, NC, and ND. Okay, so where the credit must be given to the creator, it is strictly for non-commercial use, and no derivatives or adaptations of the works are permitted. Okay, means you can copy and distribute the material in any of the medium or the format in unadapted form only for non-commercial purposes, and only so as long as the attribution is given to the creator. So this is important. Okay, so you have got this as a sixth variation. Okay, so now let us look at what are those sixth variation one by one here. First is look at here. Here first is CC BY, right? Then CC BY SA, CC BY SA ND, barabar, right? So CCBY SA, CCBY non-commercial use, then CCBY non-commercial and share alike, CCBY ND, that is non-derivatives, right? And CCBY non-commercial and non-derivatives. Okay, so these are the six variations of the licenses that you can have. Okay, right? Now, apart from that, there is one more license called CC0. Now, by CC0, I mean it is public, right? This is this one, right? So this is called public domain dedication. Okay, so CC0 is a public dedication tool which enables creator to give up their copyright and put their works into the worldwide public domain you can go for CC0, enables reusers to distribute, remix, adapt, and build upon the material in any of the medium or format without any conditions, right? Without any conditions. So it is a public domain material, right? So you can make it as it is a public domain material. So you can use no conditions such as ND condition and NC condition, right? So these two conditions, right? And there is SA, right? So these are not being utilized. Okay, so this is public domain. You can bring it directly into the public domain. So, right, no restrictions as such, right? You can directly make it in public. Now, but before bringing it into the licensing form, right, that is to CC0, you need to understand the license and the CC0 cannot be revoked. The moment you bring your document into CC0 format, this means once you apply for Creative Commons license to your material, anyone who receives it may rely on that license as long as the material is protected by the copyright, even if you later stop redistributing it, right? So it becomes, once you brought into that, you cannot stop. Okay, you cannot revert. Okay, you must own or control the copyright in the work. This you need to understand. The only copyright holder or someone with express permission from the copyright holder can apply CC license or CC0 license to copyrighted work. If you created the work in the scope of your job, you may not be the holder of the copyright. Okay, so in such a cases, okay, so but in most of the cases, the moment you come up with this Creative Commons license, you cannot revoke it. Okay, so this only 2 points you need to understand. So there are 6 licenses available. So by that it is 7 licenses actually. One is CC BY, second is CC BY share alike, SA, then CC BY NC, that is non-commercial, then CC BY NC and share alike. Okay, third CC BY ND, that is called non-derivatives, right? And CC BY NC non-commercial non-derivatives. Okay, and last is CC BY CC0, right? So which means public domain dedication. Okay, now if you really wanted to see what are the platforms where such kind of Creative Commons licenses are being available. So you just look at these platforms where the content which are being provided, they comes under creative license form, right? These are some, there's just few, but there are many more, right? The public access, they are also coming into the same Creative Commons licenses. If you have a paper in elsewhere or what you can say Springer, they are also coming into the same platform, right? Same licensings, right? So these are the technologies for a platform. Now the question comes that, okay, how do I apply for it? Okay, or from where do I apply? To whom should I approach, or where should I get? Okay, I'll just stop this share and provide you a window. Right, this. I hope it is coming to you. Is it visible? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now look at this website. This is called a Creative Commons website where you are applying for your license. Okay, Now look at, you need to simply go to this particular website, right? And choose the option here. Do you know which license you need? Yes, I know the license I need. Okay. Next. Okay. Which license do you need? Okay. So now you can look at this. Okay. So CC0, that is public domain. CC BY, that is credit must be given to the creator. CC BY SA, share alike. CC BY ND, non-derivatives. CC BY NC, non-commercial. Terms are same as that of creator. Okay, next is CC BY NC ND, non-disclosure. So if you make it as this one, okay. So look at here. Recommended license is this. So what you need to do is you need to bring this one. Which one? CC BY SA 4.0. Now what is 4.0 is the version, right? So this you can bring it out directly, right? So this you can bring it out. You can directly come with this one. This is the share alike. This is attribution information, right? What exactly it is, right? You can go ahead with this. If you look at the legal code of this, you can see the legal code, what exactly it is, right? Means about the license of Creative Commons public licenses, consideration of licenses, consideration for the public. They are almost, this particular platform has provided everything, right? Okay, so you can bring it on. Okay, go for this. Then you can register the document here, right? So you can the moment you say license abbreviation, right, this is the license abbreviation, or you can do this, you just copy it, right? And okay, just a minute. I'll just change the share. I'll go for screen, so you can say I just have copied this. I hope you got it. I just have copied this now, right? And now onto this form I came, right? And this is the document which I need to bring up on. So I'll go for insert view slide master, and I went up here, paste it. Let it get pasted. Just wait for a minute. So this will come, just undo, close. I can directly go up here. Let me see. So it is like this work is under this particular license. These two pictures are not coming here properly, but you can directly bring those here, like right. You can write the title of the work, creator of the work, link of that particular into the public domain. Then you need to add a creator profile, and this. So what CC will do is that CC will maintain the entire repository of the work which is available into the public domain, right? So means what? Now the moment it gets created onto this particular, it has got a date and other information. So year of creation, so they will maintain the date and everything. So you can go ahead with this. You can just copy this image. Sorry, instead of this, I should make a copy this image, and you can bring it up here. It is not coming actually. I don't know why it is not coming. Okay, but we have, this is 4.0. So you can directly go for which version you have used, share alike, right? So this version you choose, so you can bring this here, right? Okay, share alike BCSA 4.0, you can directly paste it here. So this is the same picture you are going to have. Okay, so this is how you can bring your document into the license form, like this one. Okay, so this work is under license CC BY NC and the information. Right now, if you fill up this particular form completely, this additional information will directly come here, right? This into this particular text. Say, for example, see, the content is getting modified here. Huh? Presentation on Creative Commons. Okay, creator of works, say, for example, Pravin, Yannawar, link to the work, so www. I'll just write. Okay, it is something like this. So here, creator profile. So this whole information is being attached, right? So if you look at here on the taskbar, you'll find that the moment I take my mouse pointer onto Pravin and Yannawar, so it will point out me a link called csit.bamboo.ac.in. Okay, I'll just show it to you. I'll just, instead of this, I'll say, okay, go for csit.bamboo.ac.in. So if I open it into a new window, okay, so now this link, or else I'll just go with, I'll just try to get actual content so that you will come to know this, how it is being made. Okay, computer science. Okay, faculty, and so for example, this is not coming. Okay, so either, so this will go. Okay, so this is where I am applying now. So I'm going to change this one here. I'm going to change this one here, year of creation. Now I have modified the link here, right? So look at here, the moment I click onto this will bring me the same page, right? Now say I just close this page now. Now the moment I click this will bring me same page, right? So where my profile is being provided, right? So this is something like that. Okay, this is very easy. Now year creation is say 2004. All right, so the moment I have this, so you can take this, you just, the moment you copy this, so you just copy this full license, right? And instead this, you can bring it up here. So see here, the entire information comes. Okay, the only thing is this attribution picture it is creating a problem, but we can take it from here. Okay. So this is this. So look at now, this is going to be like this. So the moment I click on this, this will bring up my page where my information is available. Got me? So this is how you can bring your document into the licensing form, right? So this is how you can do. I hope you got this. If there are any questions, I will be very happy to answer your questions here. Yes. Any questions? I know this is very simple. You can do it by your own. There's absolutely no issues with this. But still, if you come up with this and if you have any doubts or questions as such, you can let me know. Now, what if now take it in this way, what if I don't know about the type of license? Okay, let's look at here. Okay, what if I don't know the type of license, which license I need? Okay, so I go up here. This is what I know. This is what I don't know. Click on next. Okay, so then you need to answer your question, answer the questions. And do you want attribution for your work? Yes. Then, okay. Do you want commercially? No. Okay. Do you want to others to remix, adapt? Yes. Okay. Do you want to share adoption of your work? Yes. Right. Confirm the license is appropriate. I own the authority of the license of the work. Yes. Next. Okay. Okay. Next. So look at here. This comes. So you got the idea here. CC, BY, and C. Right? Non-commercial use. So this is how you can do. Right. So that's it from my side right now. Right. If you have questions, please let me know. Yes. No questions. That is fine. So let us end up our session now here. Okay, so there are still 35 minutes left. Right, if you have any questions, please, we can discuss up. Otherwise, we'll stop here. Yes, Gaurav, we'll end up this meeting now. Gaurav is here.
Am I audible, sir?
You are audible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dear participants, is there any questions to our research person? Okay. Now the time for out of thanks. This session was truly worthy, sir. Really motivated us because how to do research works, and really inspiration when we read our your biodata, your publication numbers. We had to show interest in do publish. And in this session, sir briefly explain the copyrights, and if we violate the copyrights, what are the punishments are there, and about license, how we get a license. It gives more knowledge in the research field. Thank you once again, sir.
Hello. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Just एक minute. Sir, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to have a wonderful interaction with you all. I would like to thank the course coordinator and the director HRDC for giving me this opportunity to have an interaction. Thank you, Gaurav, for this arrangement of Zoom platform, and thank you, my beloved colleague who has introduced me, and thank you, participant, for your patience listening. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.